by the headwaters near Mount Shasta, and I just had an epiphany. I wanted to share that. Yeah, I've been struggling for a long time, as many of you might know, trying to clear up my mind from thought patterns, repetitive thought patterns. So not a particular thought, but the same type of thought, the same type of thinking that just keeps coming. Now, the realization I had is related to one of these thought patterns. That's, what do I need? And that keeps coming up. And often it's like, I need to buy a particular thing. I found myself going into Walmart today, the supermarket, coming up with a list. I need this, I need this, I need, these exact things on the bike. This isn't, quite enough. What's the next thing I need? And, it just keeps going on and on. There's always something there. I find this thought pattern actually takes up a lot of headspace. The realization I just had is that, as we're in, basically a matrix, a lot of it's quite a computerized system. And the makers of this want to keep you inside there. They want to keep all this thinking going. And it's kind of like a giant store, right? In this matrix, you can just keep buying stuff. So what do I need? That thought actually ties directly into their agenda, if you will, because they've basically set up this store where you can buy, all these different things, get further embedded into that matrix and tie into it. The what do you need thinking basically plays directly into that game, further embedding, not only keeping the thinking going, but further embedding you into the game that's there. And when I realized that, and I just did a few minutes ago, but what I hope for myself is that this realization is going to help undo that massive amount of thinking, that whole thought pattern. What do I need? What do I need? What do I need? Right? Very useful to the matrix to keep you embedded in that, going all around with all these different things that you can buy inside of there. So, for those of you who want to deprogram this thought along with me, let's chant OM 3 times. Let's connect in meditation, and let's call upon energies to come through and deprogram this through all of our minds. Join me now. You can close your eyes and sit back. You can pause the video here if you need a minute to get seated. Okay, let's continue. Om, Om, Om. And this isn't just a meditation, this is an undo, a psychological undo. So, you can say aloud to make your intention known. I recognize within myself the program to keep buying things, to keep searching out things that I might need, to keep thinking about the next thing that I might need. I feel this program within me. I acknowledge that it has been running my entire life. And I use my sovereign divine power to fully understand this program, to fully understand all the headspace it's tying up, and to fully understand that I do not want to operate with it anymore. I want to use my higher guidance to go beyond the matrix's intuition, to get the guidance of my oversoul to understand what I actually need in the context of my ultimate spiritual growth and achieving enlightenment, and not the lower aims of the mind and the ego. You feel free to rephrase that in a way that's relevant for you. I call upon my higher self, my Atman essence, to completely undo this program from the root level and completely remove and delete it as if it was no longer ever there. Completely remove it so it no longer keeps cropping up. Delete it from my mind. I am comfortable with the loss of this program and feel that I can just keep living on my own in unity with the universe without it. And now we can take a minute to solidify this program to remove it. By seeing that this program is down along the tracks away from us and out of our system. Thank you for joining me. Let's continue to recognize these programs as unhelpful programs and remove them from our system. Namaste.